Good morning. This is Anna Crowe with the Get Real podcast, where CEOs, CMOs, and communications experts and leaders share their real advice. It's 5 questions under 9 minutes because we get to it real fast. So let's get to it. I'm thrilled to introduce today's guest. In a few sentences, Bob, could you please tell us who you are and what you do?
Yes, my name is Bob Perry. I work in the professional bus and truck driver space, providing health and wellness services to keep these men and women healthy and protect their livelihood out on the road.
I love it. What you do is so important, given the amount of time that these drivers spend on the road and just the health hazards that they are faced with. So I really appreciate that you took some time to chat with us this morning. You know, Bob, I hear from other executives that creating authentic connections with customers can be challenging when it's very noisy out there. What's your take on that?
Absolutely correct. A lot of moving parts. People are focused on, the pandemic and how to keep their people safe. So your messaging and your reach out to them has got to be very precise, very quick, very simple to get their attention and to get engagement.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that's fantastic advice. What other piece of real advice do you have for our listeners?
Well, the key word today is virtual, right? Everything has gone virtual, trade shows, all those kind of things. So that's what we are very focused on. And we've come up with some unique ways to do that, to stay relevant and present in front of our customers, which for us as drivers, and then it carries on to the carriers. So we created virtual fitness competitions for truck drivers and bus drivers, which people never thought would make, really a lot of sense. Who's going to do that, right? But I can tell you, I couldn't have choreographed it. I mean, the pictures and the clips that they put up, they're in factories getting loaded. They're doing their push-ups. They're in the back of their trailers with masks on, doing their push-ups, doing their workouts, getting it in. Snow, rains, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's very encouraging to see them, you get involved.
I love it. That's just must be also so inspiring, and it almost feels like a movement that you're starting and really changing the way that the industry has been perceived, and adding this important piece of value to it. And how cool that you have the ability to do it virtually, right, today, and pivot in such a dramatic way.
Yeah, because we've always done these contests in person, right, at trade shows, and it doesn't happen anymore. So I didn't know how this would go. So we came up and developed it, and very lucky we have some great sponsors behind us that offer some huge rewards for drivers that are very compelling. They're very driver centric. That's another key, to make it fit into their lifestyle, their domain that they live in. And as you know, drivers are essentials to us all right now. We got to have them.
Absolutely. Well, that's fantastic. What other successful executives such as yourself would you like to acknowledge now that you've got the floor on the podcast?
Well, the technology in our space, really, it's about, being able to help drivers manage their time, get from point A to point B. And, a lot of times people don't realize, when you're a professional driver, there's not a lot of time out there on the road. When you stop at night, you get 10 hours, but you got to rest, you got to do your laundry, you got to take care of your personal business. And so technology really helps them kind of help control their day and their space and get things done quickly on the move, basically, when they do stop to get some time to take for themselves. So, the technology, and once again, everything virtual. And I don't really think that even when things do open back up, I don't think that's going to change. I think that there's going to be a place for that virtually, because not everybody can attend every session.
Yep, absolutely. Well, our last question is more of a fun one. Obviously, you've had a long and a wonderful career, but can you tell us how you got started? What was your first job?
Oh, funny. So I grew up in the trucking space. I come from a family of professional drivers, right? My first real job was working at General Motors when they built the Vega. Shows how old I am. Vega plant. My first job was working on a loading dock, unloading wide oval car tires. It came 2,000 in a boxcar. And so growing up in the trucking industry, changing truck tires, those tires were like donuts, right? So I could unload those fairly quickly, and which I would, and allowed me to. I wanted to get out of that. I wanted to be able to drive a fork truck and move up into it, and certainly, and driving for a period of time myself, as everybody in my family was, designed to do. But I learned very quickly that wasn't the life career for me, and that I could do more on this, what I'm doing now. I have 2 brothers that drive today. So my value proposition is for them, I want to help them retire healthy and help them get home safe to see their family at the end of the day.
Oh, that's great. It's wonderful to have this incredible purpose and a personal connection to what you're doing. So it sounds like you're definitely right there. Well, how could people get a hold of you, Bob, or learn more about what you're doing, or the organization, the company, everything?
Yeah, they can go to fittopass.com. Like it says on my shirt, go to fittopass.com and they can read about it, see our website, see everything that we do, sign up for competition. The competition is all free. And like I said, we have so many wonderful sponsors that provide, I mean, drivers are doing these contests. They can actually win a set of tires and rims for the front. I mean, it's like $2,000. I mean, it's incredible. So we do have a lot of people that help support this, from, TransFlow, our technical partner, thetrucker.com, our media partner, Michelin, Crowe Wheels, Big Rig Mattress, companies all come together, Sleep Charge, Fahrenheit batteries, all these have a connection with the driver, right? Team Run Smart, our Freightliner, CVS from a medical standpoint, so drivers can get their DOT cards and exams when they're out there on the road. So just a lot of, major players help support this initiative because, hey, listen, what you have right there in your office, a truck brought it to you, a driver tested it some form or fashion.
Yep. No, so important. Well, I really appreciate you joining me this morning. And for more insights, visit us at crowepr.com. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.